One of the real encouragements since I've started as Bishop of Aston has been being in Birmingham and meeting up with different ethnic groups, and a number of whom represent obviously in the churches. Some of the Church of England churches are a black majority, but also meeting up with other religious traditions, with Muslims and Sikhs and so on, and the really positive relationships that exist between them.
Sikh community is obviously the most peaceful, loving community, and we get on well with all the communities, and we try to work in harmony with all the communities, so we have got no problems at all. And we want to make sure that we actually keep that kind of relation and rapport with all the communities.
By and large, I find that everybody gets on well with everybody else.
And Birmingham is a great
Birmingham's
place to
renowned
be.
for that. It's an example, I hope, to the rest of the country and possibly the world.
It's a really diverse city, it has loads of vibrancy, it's a really good place to live.
I like its energy, it's kind of the atmosphere of Birmingham. Everyone's very nice and friendly to each other, very laid back kind of pace to life.
The beauty of living in Birmingham is that you've got people from all races getting on with normal everyday things, and if there is a need, they get together, and if there's no need, he goes with his white friends and I go with my Asian friends. But that doesn't take us away being friends.
Because this is the best country in the world for security, for NHS treatment, and for respect.
One of my concerns is that people might think, well, what are the European elections? Do they really make any difference? And of course they do. I mean, a lot of decisions, major decisions, are made at European level. And it's really important that we don't sort of sleepwalk our way into a British National Party member being elected just because people are apathetic about voting.
But I think the most important thing this time round is the fact that because people think, oh, what's Europe ever done for me, that they don't realise quite what they could be giving up. We face a threat from the far right, and that threat is real. And that threat is there because many people don't bother voting. The far right doesn't really have real support in the region or in the country.
I think Nick Griffin's idea that Jesus would have voted for the BNP is at best misguided. I think at worst it's just plain rubbish. Jesus, for all we know of Jesus, stood for ensuring that what he called the least of these were protected, cared for, looked after and nourished to become strong.
BNP's suggestion that Jesus would vote for them is just blasphemous. I mean, it's an appalling suggestion, and there's no way that the Jesus of the Gospels would have voted for a party of that kind.
From all that I've read of the BNP, even from those who put on suits and go ahead of those who are thugs, I don't see anything in their thinking as expressed in their writings that suggest that they are about to look after the least of these.
The BNP really do make a mockery of everything Birmingham stands for, about being kind of like a diverse city and proud of being from Birmingham as well. So I think it would be disgusting to have the BNP represent us.
We socialise here with everyone, so we should be able to live with everyone. Some people want to change it, but I don't think it should be changed.
Somebody said the other day, every single person living on these islands is a foreigner, is an immigrant, or the children of immigrants. Everybody migrated here at some point. Some have come more lately, like me. But that's no reason for somebody to think that because I have a darker hue to them, that somehow they can despise me and lock me out. So I think all of us should band together, black, brown, white and all the colours in between should come together. And since we've got St. George's, let's rally around him and all that he stands for, an international figure, somebody who says the world is where we live, we are citizens of the world, and we don't have time for the narrow-mindedness of the BNP.
No religion actually promotes any kind of hate of any kind. So like we're saying, we're all equal. Okay, we probably got different colours in that, but we're all equal. We're born through the same way.
In terms of the campaign, the Hope Not Hate campaign, I just love the two words,
As a chairperson for the Council of Gurdwaras, I would like to say to all the Sikh communities, and in fact all the communities, is to support Hope Not Hate campaign.
The whole idea of hope, which transcends what is happening in the here and now and informs it, because it looks to a time and a place and a setting that can be worked on, can be improved, can be better.
Yes, I would really encourage people to sign up to the Hope Not Hate campaign. I think it's hopenothate.org.uk. Sign up to it just as a way of saying actually you believe in multicultural Britain. You appreciate the massive contribution that is made by different members of the community, and join in the celebrations as the bus hits town.
We believe, even in a time of credit crunch, that there is hope. And so this campaign, I think, that draws together faith and hope is something that all should support. And I'd encourage them to go on the website.
www.hopenothate.org.uk.
I go beyond asking folks to lay aside, their faith and get involved in politics. I'm actually saying, no, the two go together. The faith and politics go together. You can't have one without the other. You can't say you're a person of faith but opt out of the issues of life.
Well, we've got to find a solution to make sure that we can actually keep people like those out of politics really, and making sure that we come out on the days of election, come out in numbers, so we can actually keep them out of office really.
We always vote.
We always vote.
Yes, we have to vote. It's our country, it's our culture.
As we all say, there are three important R's in life. That's self-respect, respect for others, and responsibility of your actions. So let's look at the last one, responsibility of your actions, making sure that we are working towards a peaceful world and which we can achieve in our lifetime rather than later on.
But because people think, oh, I'll vote or I can't be bothered to vote, the far right could come in because their voters will go to vote. So even though very few people vote, they could get a BMP, MEP elected. Now you imagine getting up on sort of 6th of June and finding that this region, which is held as a model, diverse, culturally and really working together and seen as a kind of real beacon, is suddenly represented by a BMP. How are you going to feel? And so, it's about things that are important, because what we've learned in West Midlands, in our region, is to be tolerant and work with each other. But what the far right is talking about is politics of hatred, of intolerance. And it is not just my job, but it's your responsibility, to make sure that does not happen to our wonderful region.
Hope not.